Vision Australia is a charity which provides support to Australians with vision disabilities. Whilst its mission is noble, its conduct in this case was appalling. Adam Elisha was an employee of Vision Australia whose job was to set up adaptive computer systems for people with vision disabilities. On a work trip, he had trouble sleeping due to a noise outside his hotel room. After midnight, he asked to be moved to another room. One of the hotel proprietors, Madeline Church, later claimed that his conduct was aggressive and intimidating. We are not given any more details, but we do know that her tone policing behaviour was uncritically accepted by Vision Australia. The word they used was honoured, but then utterly rejected by the judge. Adam Elisha had a difficult relationship with his supervisor, Jan Hauser. He had complained about her micromanaging, demanding approach. Madeline Church's false allegations seemed to have been exactly the opportunity Jan Hauser was waiting for. Disciplinary proceedings were commenced against Adam Elisha. Those proceedings were described by the court as a sham and a disgrace. Among other things, the disciplinary panel considered sheer allegations by Jan Hauser of earlier alleged intimidating behaviour. Elisha was never given the opportunity to respond. He was just dismissed from his employment. This led him into a spiral, including diagnosed major clinical depression. He sued for unfair dismissal, and his demand for damages included a demand for compensation for his mental illness. There was a precedent set more than 100 years ago which said that damages for mental harm were not available for breach of an employment contract except in very limited circumstances, which did not apply here. The majority judges considered whether this precedent should continue to be followed and found that it should not. They said, "It has been described as a social reality that a person's employment is usually one of the most important things in his or her life. It gives not only a livelihood but an occupation, an identity, and a sense of self-esteem. An unfair process of termination for alleged misconduct could affect all three of those interests, i.e., a person's livelihood, identity, and self-esteem." This does not mean that everyone who gets the sack can get compensated for hurt feelings, but unfair dismissal, especially a failure to properly follow termination processes, can result in damages if it leads to a diagnosed mental illness.